They know who I am. I'm Trendsetter Shady. I'm the leader of the division. Underrated music group. Y'all know what it is. I made y'all remember the risk takers. I made y'all know the risk takers. Now we gonna forget about it. We gonna move on. We gonna do something different. Switch lanes with me. Yo, my homie popping perks just to ease the pain. I ain't never pop a perk just to ease the pain. My brother locked up, I love it. Free Dwayne. I got low, they tryna find me like an Easter egg. I'm a ghost, I hit the coast when I peep the game. People change, Cindy on the frames when I'm peeping lanes. Since I was young, I had real niggas give me game. So fuck the money, it's the love when I see Jermaine. It's the love when I rap the score. It's the love when I talk the nice lanes when I back and forth. I know they really want me trapped in court. I ain't stingy on my time, I'ma give them what they asking for. I gotta hear this shit, no, I gotta dig this shit. But on the other hand, the nigga got bread to flip. French toast, nigga. Trench coast, nigga. I back door cut, get the split ropes, nigga. I'm like Ali with my back against the ropes, nigga. Whatever I'm driving is big and it float, nigga. I need parades when I come through. I need a vest with a 40 in a drum, too, Sun Tzu. This the art of war, this ain't about no Audemars. I'm on my own time, I don't need to borrow yours. I ain't never call it on or call it off. Long as I ain't call on collect, I ain't take a loss. But y'all don't understand it, I learned to understand it. And I don't overlook the fact that niggas underhanded. Cause they gon' sell you down the river, treat you like you Moses. How you thinking to yourself, was we even family? That's if you make it though, cause mostly it's fatal blows. I get the word it's on, then I got a cater load. I'm paranoid, I'm pulling off, niggas taking long, cause ain't nobody lining me. My family want me make it home, they betting on me. I'm the one they really banking on. I'm switching lanes with no blankets on. Fourth quarter, I'm the champion. They ain't tell him who he left, I'm on before he left. Now they got the blankets on him. That mean it's lights out for him and his family morning. I really can't control it, but I never panic on him. And everything I ever said, man, I'm standing on it. It's like a stage and I'm posted with the Grammys on it. I spin your block and light it up, I'm putting candles on it. You can't reach me cause my son cool for family only. Niggas acting like they know me, but they barely know me. Same block, we ain't eat hot dogs and raviolis. Different eras, so I'm disappearing. I know a brick when I get to feel it. I know a lie when I get to hear it. But in the clip, when I get to peel it, I treat your block like a sample when I get to clear it. Nigga, hear me and hear me clearly. From here on out, silence is necessary. Future cold cases, been on the low lately. No doubt it's never clout, I'm only dough chasing. When I do it, I'ma do it. Look, I'm so patient. I'ma drop you the moment you drop a location. Niggas low creation, I'ma slow pace him. Homicide gon' respect it, I leave no traces. Your man the ghost and you follow me from ghost pages. Watching me live, the paradox is so crazy. I'm on the coast with the sunshine, reminiscing about the front line. Niggas dissing but they missing with these punchlines. I'm on a mission and it's crunch time. Not to mention I'm a young guy, not Gotti. Not Gotti. Yeah, not Gotti, I'm young Michael in Sicily. I came back and took it all over, remember me? Trendsetter Shady, leader of the division. Smoke you niggas.
Love the culture.
I'ma one take this one. Shout out to everybody who doubted me. Shout out to everybody who believed in me. Motivation come from everywhere. Yo, never let this shit take you to a place where this shit breaking. You gotta holler at that shit later. We hit some lows, we was in the basement. Was getting high, we had to ventilate it. Immature, we offended neighbors. But of course, we was in the latest. I ain't gonna lie, I was too focused on the haters. In my mind, they was renting spaces. I evicted them and renovated. No longer entertaining. More conscious how I'm spending paper. I'm only spending through nostalgically intended flavors. You know the fact they don't acknowledge me just mean I'm greater. And that's gonna keep a nigga solid when I keep it shaking. I've been cooking up in silence so the beat get catered. You know you only see me smiling on a sweet occasion. I can switch it up right now and double dutch the cadence. I'm killing it in the pocket and it feels amazing. You know I never been the type to really keep it basic. And I'm bad at keeping in touch with my people lately. I got family that really need me. Cousins that's looking up. I promised I never leave them. I'm learning more myself. I just need that patience. Be steady until we make it on the brink of greatness. We ready, we come and take it, we gon' celebrate it. Be humble, be elevated, man, I'm hella grateful. I know niggas that never made it, all this preparation. Blood, sweat, and dedication, this is heavy, ain't it? I remember who hesitated, I'm a heavyweight. They forgot that I regulated on a daily basis. Fat niggas that barely ate and they forgetting favors. I don't care to hear the latest like I'm getting paper. And who baby mama they breaking, yeah, I'm different, ain't I? You can take it just how you take it, I ain't never hating. It ain't in me, I keep it playing, check my reputation. Shot at it about some statements that I'm never making. What the fuck is you niggas thinking? It was revelations. I learned to appreciate them, I was devastated. I learned to leave it in prayer where it's designated. I'm really peaceful by nature, I be medicating, my prescription meditation. I'm forever faded.
Love the culture.
You give me another track? You ready? Alright, I got it.
Now I'm holding you.
Yeah, I'm good.
And it feels so good. Don't let go now. Come home with me.
Before I break down, I'ma destroy everything that's trying to break me. It's funny how everything I once loved is everything that now hates me. When the night fall on my nightstand, it's a 40, unlock the safety. I just rest now and I don't sleep nothing. I got stress on me and it's major. I put work in for my whole life, can't retire, can't never shake it. Presidential high, nigga moving by myself, I don't even need a nation. When you lie to them, they gon' love it though. When you honest with them, they don't take it. That's why I don't really give a fuck no more. I really built minds from the basement. Every line real on this paper. Only real minds gonna gauge it. If your heart still, it'll quiver like it's electrified with a taser. I don't never hold back ever. I put all minds on the table. Do for all minds when I'm able. I've been hog-tied for this paper. I seen all the signs of a traitor. Gave me all vibes with the language. See, this money really come easy though. I'm having hard times with betrayal. They could book me for another nigga body. They'll still never get a statement. I ain't calling home for lawyer money either. I ain't running from it, I'ma face it. Now everybody's a gangster. They want you to drop a location. It's really funny, bunch of little dummies in my rear view, all looking anxious. What mob movies is you watching? Where they shoot it out on the internet. Far as I know, when it's wartime, hit the mattresses, be patient. When you blasting off, don't say shit. They like what it is, I'm like ain't shit. When you popping blue pills, you can run and make a city in the matrix. You around me, don't pop a red one. Gotta bang with me and you can't quit. Gotta wake up every day going hard, big whips. Nigga, this is slave shit. Don't bang blood, don't blame crip, but I bet them niggas bleed green, though. Any color that you attach to got similitudes to this gang shit. White jacket on me is stainless. Nigga, 20K get your brain hit. Keep playing with it like I'm running from it, so I guess that mean them bullets ain't swift. I ain't running to it, money running through it by myself, who I'm getting changed with. If you really want it, come and get it from me. I ain't banging out for this fame shit. Man, the streets really know me, all my homies dead. I'm the one that's really dangerous. And I don't trust nobody, cause even death comes from an angel. You heard?
Tears fall, I can't stand it, both lines across my heart. Pray to God I'm forgiven. Tears fall, I hope one day I'll understand that
I'm here. Yo. I opened up my Facebook and seen you with some angel wings. That's when it really hit me hard. This ain't make-believe. This ain't something I can make up like Maybelline. My cousin died, my cousin killed him, that's the way it seems. What's the difference between nightmares and crazy dreams? They killing people that ain't even in the gangster lane. They see you crying, they don't hope they rather make a meme. I'm trying to make amends, make a meal and make it clean. I got memories that hit me at the hottest moments. And they hurt like things I ain't never seen. No fiber for your kids, more problems for your kids. And the problem is we can never solve them for your kids. What your family mean? Somebody, I need an answer. We sick and we fighting, nobody gonna beat the cancer. We pointing fingers, nobody gonna beat the blame. Cause we all are blame, trust me, nobody leaving this chapter. Yo, flag on the play, niggas really foul. Niggas scoring on they homies, think they killers now. Well, they killers, but they really fucking cowards. Cause it's nothing to take a nigga that trusts you and go put him down. It's like the devil leading babies out the ghetto now. They on demon time, dying to be hitters now. Till it's trial time and the judge really mild. And his mama crying from behind him, that's the realest sound. I seen solid niggas lose their mind. You know they feel it when they own tears hit the ground. My nigga DZ caught it, he ain't even get the pounds. It hurt they caught my hitter lacking with his blicky down. I know the trenches rooting for me, I ain't been around. I've been in corners trying to get it in a different town. I'm feeling lonely, but I don't want you with me now. I feel the vibes, you might be the one that put me down. Words. I ain't never been in the motherfucking business of talking about another nigga. I don't give a fuck what this nigga got going on or what that nigga that got going on. I know what I got going on. Worry about me. Nigga, it could have been the Pradas, it could have been the Ballys, Giuseppe's and Nadi's, Phillies, Gucci's, Versace's. It could have been the every other week trips to Cali. It could have been the fact that I was doing me without him. It could have been the bag, I mean it could have been a jag. I mean it could have been all the different women in my comments that I ain't even fuck cause niggas was trying to lie me. And I was never high, and I was out of town grinding, learning lessons, even niggas out of town getting grimy. I hear it everywhere, niggas slide trying to find me. The day you catch me, nigga, I'ma catch a body. For certain I'ma murk you, nigga, I ain't undecided. I was ducking suckers, y'all call it ducking drama. Whatever you wanna call it, you can call it coward. The internet made y'all niggas, y'all wasn't prowling. Y'all wasn't upstate in the yard lifting iron. Y'all wasn't in the county with a bounty on your noggin. No nigga pop off any second, niggas dying. Y'all wasn't up the center, y'all wasn't up the quest. Y'all wasn't up the games or the CBDS. Y'all wasn't up the castle, niggas going to child shackle. Y'all wasn't up the mills getting access to practice. You niggas wasn't nowhere for y'all to ever go there. I came through clean every time at the battle. What's the matter? Tell me. Talk to me, man. You niggas got the vapors. That's what it is, the vapors. You never hear that before? Or when you jealous, you envious of how a nigga moving, you know? Talk to me, let me know just how you feeling about the way that I'm moving. That got you all in your feelings. I'm never in your way, I'm never in the city. I'm not fucking your bitches, you not one of my niggas. Every time I look up, you niggas all in my business, focusing on my moves and how a nigga been living. My name stay in your mouth, you niggas never get mentioned. I'm never looking back, I'm in front of you niggas. That's the people I know don't know none of you niggas. You pit niggas against niggas, y'all bitch niggas. Kill a tough guy shit, y'all never been rich niggas. Strike a match, burn it down, y'all never been lit nigga. Y'all never been sick with it, y'all never can stick with it. Y'all nitpicking that winners, y'all never could get bigger. Haters be my promotion, man, they the faithful devoted. They got this fatal attraction, they like the way that I'm rolling. I turn them all to believers, you like the way I convert them. Preserving my best flows, but still I'm giving them murder. I'm assertive when I'm writing this shit, I'm giving sermons. Young deacon when I'm speaking, you niggas needing this service. Man, I'm curving, most of these bitch niggas on purpose. I'm focusing, I'm in motion, you still stuck on them corners. You forcing it on these socials, everybody that know you, know that you out your element. I'm the top of the totem pole, poking my scrotum, 40 hit even 40. My no guns on him and double tap as I'm scrolling. Colder than any nigga you coaching, this for the coach. I need 100 garage, I'm trying to fill it with ghosts. Suck ass niggas, they never stood through what I stood through. They never been through what I've been through. That's all they doing is they just sitting back pocket watching. They want everybody to hate me, hate these nuts, nigga.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support this platform. Much love, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in right now. And if you're tuned in, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the like button on the way into the show. Hit the like button on the way into the show. After you do that, make sure you share the show, share the stream, share it on your community tab. Anywhere that you share videos is very much appreciated. If this is your first time listening, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Make sure you also financially support the show. You can do that by going to CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. That's CashApp $Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It is on the screen. At any time you can hit that up. All other donation links is in the chat room. All other donation links is in the chat room. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Welcome back to Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And of course, I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries, man. One love to all my madam mercenaries. Tonight's topic is going to be about core beliefs. Tonight's topic is going to be about core beliefs. Core beliefs. You can change. You change when your beliefs change. This is something that a lot of people, and this is not gender specific. This is not class, ethnicity, or race specific. This is for everyone. Most people don't understand the power of belief. They don't understand that your beliefs is what shape and mold your perception. So tonight we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this tonight. Because this is very important for us brothers. We must begin not to just challenge our beliefs, but our core beliefs. See, because your core beliefs is what you were birthed with, and some people die with those same beliefs. For the most part, a lot of us that are religious or have some type of religious practice or some type of spiritual practice, excuse me, a lot of us was born into that. A lot of the people that I know that grew up in the church, a lot of them may not still go to church, but they still believe. They still believe. They're 1 foot in and 1 foot out the church. It's the same thing on the other side with Islam in my family. We still believe in Islam. We still practice some of the practices, but do everyone always, go to the mosque, go to the temple? No. And that is because as you get older, you begin, or you supposed to challenge your core beliefs. So if you grew up a Christian, at some point or another in your walk, and this is what what I gather from a lot of my religious brothers and sisters. And this ain't no shot at nobody, no offense to anyone. But everyone that I know that was born and grew up having a certain religion, at some point or another, they strayed away. And they strayed away because they were questioning their beliefs. They were questioning their beliefs. And as time went on, some of those beliefs changed for some people. So, some people never returned back to religion because their beliefs changed. But think about your life currently, brothers. The life that you're living currently, is it based on what you believe or what you was taught to believe? Ask yourself these questions. Because, see, we can say that we want different all that we want, but action is required behind our desire. Let me repeat that. Action is required behind our desires. You have to understand that. You have to do something even if you want something. You have to do something. The proof of that is when you were born and your parents were Christians and they chose to live a Christian life, this is why you became a Christian. You see? This is why today you still believe, because Christianity is part of your core belief. These are part of your core beliefs. These are one of the things that shape and mold your reality. This is why you have a lot of women who speak about the oppression that they deal with in religion, in certain religions. And it is simply because, and this is my opinion, I think it's simply because they're just challenging their beliefs. And they don't believe that women should be treated that way. They believe that the men of their religion should treat them another way. That's their belief. And beliefs can change. This is why tonight's title is You Change When Your Beliefs Do. This is why you have certain leaders who have different backgrounds. You may have a Black power leader that used to be Muslim, but he grew up a Methodist. And then you got guys like Malachi Z. York, who was a Christian, he was a Muslim, he was 5%, he was part of the Nation of Islam, he was an Israelite. He went through all these different schools of thought because he adopted those beliefs from all those schools of thought at one point. And at those times in his life, he adopted the lifestyle that came with those beliefs. And this is what happens to us, fellas. This is why I've done shows who were your first programmers. What do you think your core beliefs is? Your programming is based around your core beliefs. And beliefs can change. But what gives belief power is your imagination. And I know that may sound weird to a lot of y'all, but that is what gives power to your belief. The fact that you actually believe in it. What makes it real is your belief in that thing. This is why you still have some grown-ups, some grown adults who are afraid of the dark. This is because they believe that there's something in the dark trying to get them. And they've believed that since they were a child. And they never changed that belief. And the way you can change your beliefs is to challenge them. This is why I did the show last night about how hip hop saved the world. Because it was at a certain point in time where hip hop culture saved a generation of black men. It got them out of poverty. You see? And through hip hop culture, it influenced other young black men to challenge their beliefs. This is why back in those times, you couldn't rap if you wasn't an MC. It wasn't even called rapping. It was called MCing, because you actually had to know something to say something. And when you say something, it has to make sense. Nobody don't have to like what you're saying. See, now we in a time where people try to challenge the validity of what you're saying because they don't like what you're saying. You see? And that is because society is becoming effeminate, very effeminate. So you got a bunch of men who, instead of them challenging their beliefs, challenging what their mothers taught them, not challenging your mother, but challenging what your mother taught you. Let's see if this works. Instead of them doing that, they acquiesce to their core beliefs, and then we wonder why our lives are the way they are, and then we come online and tell everybody about it and try to make it look like this is not a problem that I could fix. If I just change my beliefs about women, if I change my beliefs about relationships. But you're not going to change it until you challenge it. And the way that you challenge it is through action, not just talking about it, but actually doing something. So if you was taught that all women are sex objects and they're meant to be pumped and dumped, if this is what you were taught based on your observation, because somebody don't always have to directly teach you something, because life is the greatest teacher. We already know that. So you could have learned this through observation. So if this is the conclusion that you've came to based on your observation about women, then you have adopted that as one of your beliefs. And this is why you say the things that you say here online. And you get mad at the men who give you pushback because we're challenging your core beliefs. And see, the reason why us guys challenge you guys' core beliefs, because that is what we had to do to ourselves. And we still do it every day. This is not something that's geared toward other men. This is something that us men have to do. If you're not living the best life that you want to live, that is your problem. And the way we begin to address those things, we have to begin to address the programming. We have to address the things that we were taught to believe. This is why y'all hear me say, growing up, I heard older dudes say things like, yo, all you need to be worrying about smashing her first. So to a certain extent, I was taught this through observation, but through the through line of my environment. I was taught, yeah, you should just smut women out. And then when you saw the guys who had the prestige, they were doing the same thing. They had multiple women. We watched the big homies, girls come through and bust their car windows out, flatten their tires. We watched them go through that shit. And we were sitting there intrigued when we were young. We thought it was cool until we got older and we experienced it. See, that's when we knew it was dysfunctional. That's when we began to challenge, well, me, myself, I began to challenge the shit I was taught. Like, oh, it's not, oh, if this is how you really carrying it, this is the kind of results you're gonna get. You messing with these type of chicks, this is the results you're gonna get. And then what happens is it becomes hard for you to make the adjustment because you used to dealing with certain type of chicks. But see, all of this trace back to your core beliefs. How you overall see women in general. See? And it was based on what you were taught, your core beliefs. If you grew up and one of your uncles was a pimp or your grandfather was a pimp and he taught you, he taught you certain shit about women, it's that type of stuff is going to be passed down, and it's going to rub off on you. It's going to be part of your core beliefs. So the things that you guys, excuse me, are complaining about are issues that you could fix within yourself. This is what the masculine mercenaries is focused on from here on out. It's time to move on. You see? As men, every man must decide how he wants to live his own life. So if you decide to be on YouTube complaining about the politics of women, that is going to be your experience. You're going to always run into issues dealing with that because that is what you're focused on. That is your core beliefs. See? You begin to believe that being angry is the way to be. You begin to believe that the best way to go about this situation as a man is to totally remove myself and ignore it and act like it never happened. But see, that is the mindset of a child. That's like a child who's afraid to look at something because it scares them, so they close their eyes and say, "Go away, go away, go away, go away." This is what a lot of you guys are doing. You're trying to wish your problems away. You're trying to talk your problems away. No, you got to start challenging your beliefs. You got to start challenging yourself. See? You got to begin to see yourself and put your mind where you see yourself in the future. This is how you'll get a little more comfortable with challenging your beliefs, because you seeing yourself in the future tense. You're seeing yourself being better by challenging your beliefs. If you just challenge your beliefs and just leave it at that, you're going to easily sink. You're going to easily give up. This is why purpose is important. Purpose is important. But you also have to understand that sometimes you can develop your purpose around your core beliefs. And sometimes your core beliefs are only to your detriment. This is why you have people who only create chaos and conflict in their life. They always got some BS going on. There's always some riffraff. There's always some dis-ease going on because that's attached to their core beliefs. Because a lot of people are comfortable in chaos. You know, a lot of people are comfortable with the gynocracy and saving the gynocracy. You know, just painting the gynocracy a new color. You know, putting a new sign up. This is attached to their core beliefs. You see, this is why I did the show. Sometimes the wound, the healing process hurts more than the actual wound. Because, see, when you begin to challenge your core beliefs, oh, it's going to hurt. Because it's going to shock your system. It's going to shock your nervous system first. See? This is why when people try to stop smoking, a lot of times they shake because you're challenging your beliefs because you believe that you're supposed to smoke 5 cigarettes a day, 10 cigarettes a day. And you've programmed your body to accept that. So when you challenge that, your body is going to respond and you're going to be in pain and you're going to be very moody. And what some people do, they succumb to that pain and they go back and they feed that core belief, which is dysfunction. Because, see, that's what a lot of us men don't want to admit, that a lot of the shit that we was taught was dysfunctional. It served us no good, or it served us some good up until a certain point. You can't live the rest of your life off of every single thing that your mama and your father taught you. Let me repeat that. You cannot live the rest of your life with every piece of information that your mother and your father taught you. You know why? Because everything they taught you wasn't right. And as you continue to live your life, you're going to learn that. Because guess what, fellas? The longer your ass wait to challenge your beliefs, life will. Life will. The more introspection you don't want to do, life will make you do it. Because it's going to make your exterior circumstances harder. So it's going to force you to go within. It's going to force you to go within. And if you never do, guess what? You're just a weak person. You're just a weak guy. And there's a lot of weak men out here. And that's cool. But just understand who you are. And understand that your core beliefs is what made you weak. And the fact that you was never willing to challenge them. See? So at the end of the day, you're the author of your own life. It's just you on this journey. You come through the womb by yourself, unless you got a twin, and you're going to be in that casket by yourself. Grand opening, grand closing. So on your journey, you met your mama. Because you was on a journey when you came through her womb. That was a goddamn journey. That was a journey. And you met your mama and your father. See, those are the first two people you meet when you start your earthly journey. And what they give you is they give you guidance. What is guidance? Guidance is instructions based on what? Facts and beliefs. Yeah, we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to get into it. See? Your job as a parent is to provide your children with the proper instructions for them to survive. And you're going to teach them these things based on what? Facts, your experiences, things that you saw, felt, your experiences, and your beliefs. Things that you hope to occur. Things that you've manifested based on what you thought was true. So if you always thought Jesus was real and Jesus is going to come back, you're going to teach your children that because you want them to believe it. Because one day you believe that Jesus will come back. And then all of the stories and the things in the Bible, that information supports and empowers your belief. So this is how you raise your children. This is what guidance is. But did you ever stop and think, well, damn, my mama taught me Christianity. Her mama taught her Christianity, and her mama taught her Christianity, and her mama taught her Christianity, and her mama taught her Christianity. Why the hell I gotta teach my daughter Christianity? Who said I gotta do that? You see? Who said I gotta be that way? Why do I have to live like that? Who said that that way of life is gonna work for me? That's what you believe. And this is not me knocking anyone's beliefs by any form or fashion. But I want the brothers especially to understand tonight, man, that you're not going to change until your beliefs do. If you still believe that this system got a cookie for you because you went and got a degree, when you get the results that you get, my brother, in your life, you can't be mad at nobody else. See? When you was taught to go out and work and have a job for the rest of your life, but you wonder why You unhappy still because you never chose to challenge that shit and say, well, let me try to run my own shit. Let me save some money and try to invest in my own shit. So I'm tired of working for this job. And actually did something. Not just talk about it, but did it. Actually tried to do it. Even if you tried and failed, you got to challenge it first. See, the first step is the challenge. See, after the thought comes, you must do something. The action comes with the desire. So the desire for you to stop working for people would be for you to have to save some money at the job you work at so you can invest it into what you want to do. But you have to actually save the money. So guess what you might have to do? You might have to sacrifice some shit to save the money. And see, this is when you get the body, this is when your body starts shaking. You shock your whole nervous system. You shock your digestive system. Your stomach start bubbling. Because you're challenging your core beliefs. Because your mama told you, you better go get an education and get a job. And if you don't get an education and get a job, you'll never be shit. And because you don't have that, you feel like a piece of shit. And there's a lot of men who will sit around and they'll soak in that energy. How do I know? I was there before. I was there before. See? This shit is a marathon. See, your beliefs are supposed to change if you want to, if you want your situation to. How are you still going to look at money if you want to be rich? How are you still going to look at money the same way? But you want to be rich. You want to be rich, but you don't want to stop frivolously spending money. But you want to be rich. You want to be successful. But you was taught to not deal with money the way you supposed to because you grew up and had some. See? See, when you grow up and you have something in a surplus, like the Zennials, like a lot of they mamas is correction officers and bus drivers and city workers. They got money. That's why these little boys spitting people blocks with $1,200 jeans on that they mama bought. They running from the police in $600 Jordans that they father bought. See, that's because they grew up and their parents gave them everything. Because their parents didn't want them to go out in the street and go and get it like they probably had to, or like their friends had to. So that becomes a core belief. You begin to believe that, hey, I don't have to look at money in an important way. Shit, I grew up with money. I'm always have money. I'm good. We lit. You know what I'm saying? See? And then as you get older and times change, but your mentality don't change, this is why you end up in messed up situations. You're always up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's never nothing steady. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's why after tax season, most people broke. Because you won't challenge your core beliefs about money. You won't challenge your core beliefs about sex. Brothers, you won't challenge your core belief about health, mental and physical health. See, I don't get up here and say things that I don't say. I don't get up here and say things that I'm not participating in. I'm working on my physical health. See, I'm working on my physical health. I'm working on my mental health. I'm starting to build my financial portfolio. But you know how this started? It started with me being at a very low point, looking at myself in the mirror and not being pleased with what I saw. I'm talking about really not being pleased. Not being pleased on how I've been feeling about myself. And then as I start to think about that and not like that, I have certain people, one person in particular, one of my cousins, man, he hit me up like, yo, I don't like how you looking, man. You got to get back on your shit. Get back on your ship, bro. This is not you. You ain't supposed to be looking like that. This is not what we do. He had to light a match up under my ass. You ain't supposed to be looking like that. Why you looking like that? Nah, you gotta change that. Nah, we don't do that, cuzzo. That's not what we do. Mm-mm. And that gave me the extra motivation to be like, oh yeah, I was already sick of this shit too. And now I see somebody actually see that I'm down. Oh nah. See? So begin to challenge your beliefs, brothers. Because if your beliefs never change, you'll never change. See, you may get paid more money, but if your core beliefs about finances never change, what does it matter? If your core beliefs on how you see yourself never change, then how you deal with money is never going to change. Because all you'll do is be giving the extras that you getting. You'll just be giving more away that you already been doing. So you can't change until your beliefs do, man. Begin to look at your core values, which your core beliefs, what you were taught when you was a little boy. Do you still hold any of those things dear to your heart? And really analyze yourself. Analyze your behavior, little things that you do. Because I just noticed some shit that I did today. I said, God damn, I'm just like my father. I'm just like my father. And I said, wow, this comes from my beliefs. What he taught me is what he showed me. This is why I'm replicating it. And this is the good and the bad. This is the good and the bad. But see, I've always challenged things that I was taught. This is why, as I got older, like when I was in my late 20s, my late teens, early 20s, going into my mid 20s, me and my dad, we used to riff a lot. We had a lot of back and forths, a lot of drag out arguments, couple of times, you know. And it was because he didn't like the fact that he felt I was challenging him. And this is what my dad told me. He thought I was challenging him, but I wasn't challenging him. I was challenging the shit that he taught me because I was getting older and I started to see that all of that shit wasn't exactly what he said. So I would go back and be like, but Dad, that didn't happen. No, Dad, it didn't go like that. No, it's not going to work like that. And a man being a man and having an ego, he thought I was challenging him. But now he see, and he's told me this years ago. He said, I realized, son, you wasn't challenging me. You was challenging the shit that I taught you. Because you was growing up and you was realizing that everything I taught you wasn't right. And he said, I had to mature and admit that everything I taught you wasn't right. It wasn't going to go the way I told you. See, he had to begin to challenge his own beliefs. So, brothers, we'll change when our beliefs do. Shout out to the masculine mercenaries. One love to all my madam mercenaries. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to this episode. This episode is sponsored by A Game, a male herbal solution. Get your A Game down in the description box. Click the link, type in sheep 10, get 10% off on your purchase. Fellas, let's get on our A game.